What's happening, investors? Welcome back to another video. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and in this video we are speaking about Senseonics Holdings, ticker symbol SENS. What I want to do is I want to make a video reviewing some other videos of people who have actually used the Sens products and what they have to say about them, because at the end of the day we're invested in a company that makes a next level life-changing product, and we want to see just how next level it is. So in this video we're not going to go over too much of the company stuff, more we're focusing on the product. Before we get started, for those new to the channel, my name is Dean. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I'm just someone who loves researching and investing in stocks, and the reason why I do this is because I want to retire early, make some money, and I thought, hey, since I'm doing this research anyway, why don't I put these videos out there on YouTube and maybe help some of you also, because I truly believe that Senseonics Holdings is going to be one of those stocks that helps me retire early, and yes, I am invested in this company. As you can see, Sens had another green day, up another 6%, and what's amazing is over the past 5 days, the stock has been climbing up, and this is because there are a lot of catalysts coming up in the pipeline that I've spoken about in some recent videos. I'll leave them at the end of this one. I'm not going to go over that. As I said, this video is more a focus on the product. The first video I want to bring to your attention is this one right here. Now, this is a video from the Senseonics website.
I've been a type 1 diabetic for 33 years. I currently live in Denver, Colorado with my wife, 2 boys, and a dog that keep me busy. We love to go outside and just enjoy our outdoor lifestyle that we have. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 1986, and the day I came back to school was our Halloween party. And I sat down at that table in my kindergarten class, and everyone had cupcakes and candy in front of them, and I was given a red apple. And I knew on that day, life's gonna be different. So I got an insulin pump at the end of high school, and while it was a great technological advancement, it also presented some new problems I hadn't experienced. The insertion always falling off, the adhesive not sticking long enough, constantly going through supplies that cost a lot of money and were often falling off before they had gotten their full use. When CGMs came along and some of the early products, I was hesitant to try them. I saw them as really just the same problems that I had with an insulin pump, and I was going to constantly have to be starting all over again, putting a new one in.
What I just want to say is what I value this guy's opinion more is because he's actually lived with diabetes his whole life. So it's not like something recent, a new issue that came up. He's lived with it his whole life, so he's very experienced in it, he understands it. And for hearing him say that he's had a hesitation to the products, it gives us a more of an opinion of someone who just is a bit hesitant, but still, let's see how it goes. So that's what I'm very interested to see, just what he has to say.
Few days and dealing with that headache. But that's when Eversense came along and offered a product that, because it's under the skin, the sensor is not going to be impacted by my lifestyle. So when I went in for my sensor placement, it was a really easy experience for me. It was up and running really quickly.
The sensor placement is something that people are worried about, because I understand they cut you open, they put it in your skin. I'm sure a lot of people don't look forward to that. However, in every video I've seen and every review I've read about the product, everyone says it is a painless procedure and it's not an issue at all.
Accurate really quickly, and then it was always giving me readings for the next 90 days. So that was really valuable. The transmitter that I wear on top of my arm can easily be pulled off, and I can stick it right back on in a second and not miss a beat. And that for me was a huge differentiator, because now there was finally a CGM that could keep up with my lifestyle. I didn't have to babysit it. It was there to take care of me, give me the data I needed, but it wasn't going to slow me down. I feel safer in the gym. It's so nice to be able to confidently focus on what I'm doing, and if something's happening, that on-body vibe alert quietly vibrates on my arm and lets me know whether my blood sugar is going up or going down, and let me react before it becomes a problem. I don't ever think about.
You need to realize, and it is hard not to fall in love with this company because the products he's making is changing lives. I mean, this guy is saying he can train in the gym and he knows all the time he's safe. It is literally changing lives, and that's one of the reasons why I love this company a bit more than some of my other investments.
The CGM first. I think about what I want to do first, and Eversense is able to keep up with me. It's able to take anything me or my boys throw at it. If there are other diabetics out there who have maybe tried CGMs and not had the best experience, I would seriously recommend you consider Eversense, because in my experience, those problems were all solved. And I've been able to live the life I want and have the freedom I want with my Eversense CGM.
And this is a common trend in some of the other videos. I made a video similar to this in the past that we watched another video like this, and that person was actually used to use the Dexcom product, and he had some issues about it that the Sens product didn't give him. One of the major issues was falling off, having to bump it, having to carry around spare applicators to put them on because you'd bump it, and obviously it's important to always have them with you, whereas Sens doesn't give you this issue because it is implanted in the skin. And as we're hearing here, it's not that you have to constantly worry about it and look after it. You can live your life to your fullest and it looks after you.
You know, when I first discovered what Eversense was, I finally felt like the promises and the miracles that I was told about 33 years ago were finally here.
So all around, that was a very positive review about the product. And as I said, you know, just some things we want to speak about here is the main reason why someone would go with the Eversense is because it is under the skin. And the reason for that is it works straight away. It's very accurate. It won't get bumped and fallen off. And like he said, you can live your life. It lives and it will keep up to you. It will alert you if there's any issues. It will give you a vibration and let you know, hey, something's not right, which keeps you safe. Now, I do want to speak about the transmitter. You do still need to put a transmitter on top of your body. And I understand that people will say, well, what's the point? And to answer that question, I just want to bring up the investor presentation one more time and just have a look at what Sens says about it themselves. Now, what I want to bring to your attention is the product vision. Where is this going in the future? And one of the visions of the product is to have no transmitter on the body. So the idea is just with the sensor under your skin, that is all you'll need. And that's the future and hopes for this product. Another thing is right now, you do need to get the sensor changed every 90 days. But keep in mind that Sens are currently in the process of getting FDA approved for a 180-day sensor, which means it only needs to get changed once every 6 months, which is a substantial amount longer than current. And the next one down the pipeline is 365 days. So obviously Sens is constantly working on improving the product, and the further along you go down the pipeline and you get to where they want to be and you look at that, you can say, you know what, any issues, any complaints I've heard about people using this product now, by that last product, they're not going to exist anymore, because that last product will literally tick all the boxes for everything you can ever hope for. Now let's watch another video of another customer who's using the Sens Eversense product.
By my physician, Dr. Bodie. Looking back, I had a lot of expectations for this. I've been a diabetic for over 25 years. I was looking for a CGM without all the hassles of traditional CGMs and something that would fit into my busy lifestyle. I'm excited to share how everything's been going over the last 3 months.
The Eversense CGM system has unique features which address many barriers to CGM use and provides new levels of freedom and flexibility compared to traditional CGM systems, such as a sensor that lasts up to 90 days.
The Eversense CGM system has given me so many things, but I would say the top 4 things are accuracy, convenience, confidence, and peace of mind.
And that's something that we're seeing common. As I said, I've done other videos like this in the past. I've looked at other customers, I've read things, and one common thing is the accuracy and the conveniency. This is the big selling factor for the Eversense CGM, in my opinion.
Newly diagnosed, or you've been diabetic as long as me, accuracy is the most important aspect of managing your diabetes. It could be the difference between life and death. Prior CGMs, I didn't trust the number many times, and I always had to calibrate in order to compare. I never have to calibrate the Eversense system because I don't think it's accurate. The only time I have to calibrate is twice a day. It really minimizes the amount of supplies I need. When I leave the house for a long period of time, all I really need is my charger and my stickers, and I'm good to go.
Now just know with the calibration, currently, yes, you do need to calibrate, but like I was saying, down the pipeline, the product gets better and better. They do want to get to a point where you only need to be calibrated once a week rather than twice a day, which gets rid of those needle pricks completely for you.
The light, comfortable to wear smart transmitter can be removed and replaced without wasting a sensor. Eversense is the only CGM that provides discrete on-body vibe alerts when your glucose is high or low, even when your mobile device is not nearby.
I love the flexibility of the Eversense system. I can take my transmitter on and off whenever I want. So if I'm dressed up or wearing a sleeveless dress or going someplace fancy and I want to take it off, I can. And even better than that, I can swim, I can shower with it on. It's what we call in the diabetic community a free shower. It's having nothing on your skin and being able to actually feel free. I can give so many examples of the way the on-body vibe alerts have helped me, but driving is just one example. You're driving, you can't look at your phone, you have no idea what your blood sugar is, but if my blood sugar goes too high or too low, my vibe is going to let me know on my arm. Whether you're in a classroom or a boardroom or a church or someplace where everybody's quiet, you don't want everybody knowing what your blood sugar is doing. I don't have alarms going off, and I'm the only one who knows what my blood sugar is doing. I get to relax. As a diabetic, you don't get to have those moments of not worrying about anything. Because I had the on-vibe alert on and I didn't have to worry about looking at my blood sugar or getting my stuff out to test. It was like my aha moment with the Eversense of going, this is like a great tool. This is a great feature to have.
Painful self-insertions are eliminated, as well as the need to change out a sensor every 7 to 10 days.
As a diabetes coach, I have a lot of clients that are on traditional CGM systems, and many of them, when their system is time to replace it, they sometimes stall for 12 to 24 to 48 hours because they don't want to deal with the pain of insertion and the warm-up period that can be sometimes up to 12 hours. But with the Eversense, I wear it almost 24 hours a day. I really only take it off to charge it, to shower, and if I'm going someplace special that I don't want to wear it. The benefit is that there's only one warm-up day every 90 days. With prior CGMs that I've used, I've had many problems with them. One is that I would get irritation from the adhesive. Another thing is that when I inserted the sensor into my arm, I would sometimes have bleeding and bruising. And then lastly, when I went to take it off, I would have adhesive all stuck to my skin. I don't have any.
Now, if you watched my other video where we looked at Dexcom, one thing that we spoke about was the sensor, and to apply the sensor, it did have a little needle that sits just underneath your skin. And I believe this is what's being spoken about here. When it gets applied, there is some pain involved, there's some possible bruising, and people put it off. And this is not a good thing at all. It's definitely not something that you would want from a company that's meant to be making a product for your health. This is a serious thing, okay? This isn't an EV stock. We're not talking about a car. We're not talking about a battery charger here. We're talking about something for your health. And to have people say that they're delaying putting it on, and then on top of that there's also a 12-hour period where you don't know how accurate it is, the warm-up period, it is very concerning, and it is another big tick, in my opinion, for Senseonics. And this is one thing that I would love to see the company drive home in their marketing. Remember, they have partnered with Essentia, who is a big name in the diabetes community, and they are going to handle the marketing for the Eversense CGM. So I am very, very excited to see their quarterly results coming up. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed with your notifications turned on, because we will cover that when it happens. Now, I'm not going to play the rest of this video out because I think we have everything we need. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments if you think Senseonics will beat Dexcom, their big competitor and a massive name in the industry. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to check out the videos at the end of this one, and I will see you all in the next video.